Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about congruence. Okay, congruence. We're going to be looking at different congruency statements. We're going to learn how to write a congruency statement and learn about the properties of congruent figures so that we can solve different problems. All right? I hope you're excited. I hope you're buckled up and ready to go because it's going to be awesome. Okay, today we're going to have one vocab word, correspondence. Okay, so if you're supposed to write this down, write it down. Yellow bar, yellow bar. All right, this is a definition. All right. Please write it down. So, correspondence is a way of matching up two sets of objects. So we're going to be looking at two different triangles, and we're going to be using corresponding angles, corresponding sides by the way they are set up. All right, it states that if, and again, you do not have to write this down, if two polygons are congruent, hold on a second, let's circle that, all of their corresponding sides and angles are congruent. It's not just one, it's not just two, it is all. Okay? Then in a congruent statement, the vertices in the second polygon are written, they are in order of correspondence with the first polygon. And I'll show you exactly what that means right now. So if you look at this one, right, notice I have triangle JLK, okay? And I can write this as triangle JLK. How I write a congruent statement is I have two triangles, and the first one I just kind of write out as however I could say it. I could write this as JKL, I could write it as KJL, or LKJ. There's many different ways to write that first triangle. What this congruent statement says, though, is we know that triangle JLK is congruent to another triangle, which is this one right here. We need to make sure that it is written with the angle measures that are equal in the same order. Okay, what in the world does that mean, Mr. Sheeman? It means that if angle J is 35 degrees, angle J is 35 degrees, that means I need to find the angle that's 35 degrees in that PQT triangle. And that's going to be angle T. Okay? So because angle T is 35 degrees, I need to make that angle T first in my order of three letters. Okay? Because angle J and angle T have the same angle measure. Next, I wrote L. L is my 90-degree angle. So in my other statement, notice I need to put P in there because P is my right angle, my other 90-degree angle, which leaves me with my 55-degree angle. On the other side, I have a 55-degree angle, which is Q. So JLK is congruent to TPQ. I need to make sure that I have the correct letters in order there in order to write this correctly. Now, if I look at the JL, notice how JL is 8. Okay, so I have JL is 8. If I notice, those are the first two letters in my triangle JLK. On the other side, my first two letters are TP. That TP or PT should match up with JL. TP is 8. Oh my goodness, it does. They're the same. So if I write triangle JLK is congruent to triangle TPQ, it is in the correct order, in the same order, meaning it goes a 35-degree angle, 90-degree angle, 55-degree angle. On the other side, 35, 90, 55. Okay? Everything depends on that congruent statement. All right? Now, please write this down, draw these shapes, and what I want you to do is come up with a congruence statement. It does not matter if there's three angles, 4 angles, or 132,364 angles. Okay? It's still the same thing. You need to match up your angles with the correct angle measure. And go. All right, so when I look at this, one thing that I need to do is I need to identify what shapes these are. Well, this is a quadrilateral. So I write quadrilateral. And on the other side, this is also a quadrilateral. Now, I need to put my angles in the correct state, or in the correct order. So if I do just it doesn't matter what my first one was, B, D, L, K. I cannot do B, D, K, L because this is not a segment. So I needed to go B, D, L, K, or D, L, K, B, or L, K, B, D, or K, B, D, L, or the opposite of all of those. Okay? Which means I need to set it congruent to quadrilateral. Well, B is my 100-degree angle. Well, that's what J is. So, J. D is my 88-degree angle, followed by H. Then I went to my 85-degree angle, R, and P. J, H, R, P. That tells me all of those are congruent. All right? All right. Next. It says, in the figure, triangle PRT is congruent to triangle FJH. What that tells me is a lot of information. That tells me that angle P is congruent to angle F. Angle R is congruent to angle J, and angle T is congruent to angle H. It also tells me PR is congruent to FJ. Those two, they're in the same position, same order, in the congruent statement. RT is congruent to JH. And last but not least, I'd have FH and PT. All of those are congruent just based on this congruent statement. All right? So it says find A. So in this figure, A is right here. What segment that's dealing with is FJ. So FJ has an A. We know that that is congruent to side PR. And we know that they are congruent because FJ, look up here in blue, is congruent to PR. They are in the same order. All right? So FJ is 3A. PR is 12. How do you solve for A? Divide by 3. Divide by 3. A is equal to 4. Done. Finito. Finished with that one. All I needed was find A. Okay? On the flip side, I find B. Do you see B? I'm going to do this one in red. B is right here. It's side FH. FH. Right there. Okay, well, what side is congruent to FH? FH is congruent to PT. All right? FH is congruent to PT, which is this one. So I can set it up as an equation of B plus 6 is equal to 15. How do you answer this one? Subtract by 6, subtract by 6. B is equal to 9. So you need to set up an equation in order to solve here. Set up an equation, solve for your variable. Awesome. Try these two. Make sure you write this down. This is very important. You can definitely write the congruent symbol down if you would like. And you can write this as a triangle to make it a little shorter. But try to find C and X and know which angle or which side they are equal to. And go. All right. So a lot of letters in here. There's a lot of variables, but we can decipher this. We are looking for C. Everybody see C? Point at C. It's right there. Okay. C is the measure of side JH, line segment JH. What that is equal to, according to this congruent statement, JH is congruent to RT. What's the length of RT? Well, RT is 10. What's JH? C. I don't even need to do anything else. I already found C just by plugging in those things. All right, so C is 10. Next one, find X. There it is. Okay, find what angle is going with, angle F. What is equal to angle F, or congruent to angle F? It would be angle P, which is right here. So I set this up into an equation. 4x is equal to 40 degrees. Divide by 4, because that's how you do it. Inverse operations. X is equal to 10. Okay, right here. Here's another one. Same two triangles. You don't have to rewrite it. This is the last note we have. So I want you to find Y and find Z. Go. Same idea. Same congruent statement as you had before. Triangle. If I can rewrite it. Triangle. PRT is congruent to triangle FJH. So we have Y. I'm looking for Y. Where's Y? Right here. Y is angle J. Angle J is Y. So I'm looking for angle J. I'm looking to see which angle is congruent to angle J. It's angle R. So angle J is Y. Angle R is 105. Done! Finished. Finito with Y. Okay, make sure you looking at these, looking to see the congruent statement as to what is congruent to the other. That is importante, muy importante. This is like Spanish class, okay? Math, Spanish and math go hand in hand. Okay, my next one, I have find Z. Find the Z. Z is right here. Found it. Okay, now that's dealing with angle H. That is set equal to, according to my congruent statement. You probably are sick of me saying that. I don't care. According to my congruent statement. I always go back into my congruent statement. According to my congruent statement, it is equal to or congruent to angle T. Angle H and angle T. Why? They're in the same order here. Same order. So when I do this, I get angle H is Z plus 20. Angle T is 35. How do you solve? I subtract by 20. Subtract by 20. Z is equal to 15. And I am done. Done, done, done. That's all I have for you today. We are completely finito with this. All right? Tomorrow you'll get your homework. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye.